For so long, I could wanting to die. I've been wanting to die for so long now. I've been alone for almost half of my life now. And it's crazy because things got so bad. My mental health got so bad. My physical health got so bad. Like, I can barely go outside. But like, I'm just fatigued all the time. And my thoughts have become obsessed with death. Things got so bad that they came full circle. And now I'm actually desperate to live. Because now I understand the weight of my life. I understand the weight of life itself. And it's fucking terrifying. I think I've delved way too deeply into my own psychology. I've seen too deeply. Like those people who take mushrooms and they go on really bad trips and they see things they're not supposed to. Yeah, that's what I feel like. But without the mushrooms. I've basically thought myself to hallucinogenics. Like, I created my own shrooms by thinking. Which is insane. Because now I'm desperate to live. And it's like a soul-crushing feeling. It's suffocating. Because you don't know what to do. Like, how do you live a fulfilling life? There's no guide. It's crazy. Life is crazy. Like, I was just wanting to disappear. But then I realized I wanted this version of me to die, and I wanted a new version of me to live. I wanted to live a new life, an alternate reality, a dream. Something that just made me forget about all the pain. I tend to focus a lot on pain because I'm sensitive and I understand that. Without pain, there's no happiness. The only way I can appreciate happiness is by seeing the pain. Like when I'm extremely depressed and I just feel nothing and I don't want to live anymore, I'll listen to really good music. Like recently I'm listening to Sleep Token. I just discovered them and I'm like, oh my god, I'm brought back to life again. I'm revived. I've always felt alone. I've always felt isolated, like I don't belong anywhere, like I'm not meant to be here. But now I realize we can't be alone. Human beings, we just cannot live on our own. Something within us desperately needs each other, because we ain't shit without each other. That's something that Lil Wayne said in one of his recent concerts. He's like, I ain't shit without all of y'all. But pretty much, I need to know that there's other people out there that feel the same way I do. That like you're afraid to waste your life now, because you're like, okay, well, things got so bad that I came full circle, right? Like I went from wanting to die so badly that now I'm desperate to live. And what am I supposed to do now? Where do I go? What do I do? Who do I become? Suddenly everything in life has a weight. And it's like your body has been depressed for so long that it's like, bitch, move. Move. You can't stay here anymore. You gotta get the fuck out. That's probably the best way I could describe this feeling. I came full circle. Like everything became so bad, everything became so terrible that I went full circle and now I'm desperate to live. I don't know which is worse. Wanting to die or wanting to live. And I have this, it's a horrible feeling that it feels even worse than wanting to die. Because now that I'm alive, I'm asking myself, well, it feels like I've survived an impossible storm. And now I'm kind of here and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm drenched wet from the rain. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to waste my life. You know? Do you know that feeling? It feels far worse than wanting to die. Because I actually want to live now. I actually want to experience things. Something that makes my life fulfilling. Something that I would be happy to die. Be happy to die for. It's awful not knowing how to describe exactly how I feel, but if you know, you know. I'm just sharing what I feel right now. Hopefully you don't feel alone if you've ever felt this or you're feeling this with me right now. Because I've been feeling this and it's just like a hole in my stomach. And it's like, remember you're gonna die one day. And everyone around you will die as well. And sometimes opportunities slip. Sometimes you just miss opportunities in life. Some things you never ever get to see again. And who cares, right? If you want to die, it doesn't matter. Everything's pointless anyways. But when you actually want to live, everything carries significance. Everything is heavy. Everything has its own value. Even the bad. And now that the beautiful things in life, they're so heavy, they outweigh all of the suffering. I'm having dreams now. I'm having more vivid dreams than I've ever had in my life. And by dreams, I mean sleeping. Not like goals. My goal is to live a fulfilling life and to be famous so that I can share what I've learned with people so that humankind has a chance to stick around, because it really would be a tragedy to watch the only consciousness in nature to disintegrate as if it never happened. A lot of the stories I write focus on ancient civilizations that were wiped out because they didn't know how to manage their own consciousness, and so they just faded like sand, and like they're buried underneath sand and nobody knows that they exist. And I really don't want that to happen with us as human beings. So I'm trying to process this because it's, you know, I still see how unfair and brutally cruel life is. Especially the people who least deserve it. And since I can't do anything to change that, I have to continue living, because that's you're playing an unfair game, I know, but you have to keep living, because it would be just as unfair to end your own life, because you're hurting yourself. Why would you hurt someone you love? And if you don't love yourself, well then at least love the people that you could meet, like a family that you could have, a life that you could have, friends that you will meet that will last a lifetime. I imagine that a lot, an alternate life, except I will make it my life. I imagine a life where it's like a dream, and it's actually real, it's possible. I know it's real. That's one of the biggest things that has kept me from ending my life, is the hope of things. Like the hope of an alternate reality without pain. Or at least with enough beautiful things that you're sane. Damn bars. I should be a rapper. it's hard to describe this feeling. It's hard. But I'd rather listen to someone who's discovering the feelings rather than a perfect script. Because for some reason, a perfect script feels boring. And I think a boring life would be a wasted life. That's just what I think. There's no such thing as a universally wasted or fulfilled life. Like, that's completely subjective. And that's actually where you extract your meaning in life, is you ask yourself questions like that. You ask yourself, how would I waste my life? If I could waste an entire life that I've been given, how would I waste it? Or if I could have the most beautiful, fulfilling life, what would it look like? Who would I be? What kind of people would surround me? Because remember, the most important fundamentals of this human experience is emotions, experience, and socializing. Those are 3 things. That's what I learned. That nearly killed me to learn that. And I want to get this knowledge. I want to share it. I'm working on a website every day, but unless you like to read, well, it's a very boring format. But that's pretty much like everything that I've written, pretty much. I'm currently moving thousands of notes over to my website and trying to organize everything so that it's useful. But none of it means anything if you don't actually listen or read. Like, if it doesn't help you, if the knowledge dies with me, that would be that would be the biggest waste. And I'm worth more. My life is worth more than the knowledge, I know. But the knowledge can save lives because it saved my life. The only fucking reason I'm still here is because of hope. Is because I believed that there would be an answer to all the suffering, and there is. But the answer is like a flower. It always unfolds and unravels. And there's layers. It's not just complete. It's never complete. And as much as I want to describe this feeling, I hope that any of this resonates with you. And I'll continue to think about this and explore it, and hopefully I'll find a good answer. Because it's but I told you, there's a fucking hole in my stomach. Or in my heart. And I need to fill that with love, with someone who loves me, with a fulfilling life, with a happy life. A life where I'm independent. A life where I get to choose the people I'm around with. A life where I get to share the things that give my life meaning. It's not a perfect life, but it's a beautiful life. And that's what makes my life worth living. If it wasn't for that, I would have been dead a long time ago, honey. I wouldn't be here. I'll always say that to the day I die. This stuff saved my life, and it'll save someone's life too.